the news at 1, National Economic Council appeals to NLC and Trade Union Congress to shelve proposed industrial action. FCT PCRC chairman condemns attack on police inspector, kicks against jungle justice. And FCT Transportation Secretary warns commercial motorcyclists to limit their operations to designated areas. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the news at 1 on Nta Channel5 Abuja, the Unity Station. My name is Aisha Oba Ali. The National Economic Council has appealed to members of the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress to shelve the proposed industrial action and embrace dialogue, considering its implication on the economy. This is part of resolutions made at the end of the 136th meeting of the Council, chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Presidential Villa. State House Correspondent Abdul Rahman Jibrila completes the report.
Issues of economic recovery were top on the agenda of the National Economic Council, showing concerns on the proposed industrial action by labor unions.
We also believe that Mr. President will be addressing the nation 1st October, and some of the concerns of labor will be appropriately addressed in the President's speech. It is therefore important that it's a federation, so whatever happens, labor is represented in all the 36 states and FCT, and NEC is appealing that discussions should continue at the state levels because there will be peculiarities as to the issues to be addressed concerning the demands of labor.
The Council also received report on the 2022 flood disaster, directs NEMA to develop a roadmap for sustainable flood mitigation measures and victim support efforts.
And so they came up with 3 categories and categorized states in the 3 categories: category A, category B, and category C. States that are categorized in the A group are states that to them have over 15 points, most affected areas.
On the economic development policies, the Council appreciated the 8-point agenda of the Tinubu administration, encouraging state governments to provide small hydropower grids, improve research and development for socio-economic development.
In particular, the meeting agreed that there should be vigorous implementation of key resolutions in collaboration between the states and federal government. One of the resolutions highlighted is the energy sufficiency for sustainable economic development. Government at all levels should promote the migration of heavy-duty industry system from fossil fuel to gas infrastructure.
Other areas of concern the Council discussed are ways to improve on infrastructure, foreign exchange, rising cost of governance, infrastructure deficit, declining production of oil, and ways to improve procurement processes, as well as the creation of benchmark on prices.
We tag critical expenditures, especially those that will have long-term multiplier effects, and also to achieve and sustain full cost of electricity tariffs that we continue to see in the country.
So, Council appreciate the federal government on the prizes given to the members of the Council on maize, if you compare to the current prices in the market.
The 136th National Economic Council meeting has today received an update on the distribution of palliatives by state governments, urging the state governments to redouble effort to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy removal among Nigerians. From the State House, Abdulrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
In government's quest to deliver its mandate of credible services to the people of the Federal Capital Territory, interagency collaboration among service providers is key to getting results. Nta Channel 5 Abuja and the FCT Police Command affirmed this as the general manager Paul Ati led management of the station and courtesy call to the Commissioner of Police FCT Haruna Garba Onotu Yakubu reports.
Federal Capital Territory security situation in recent time has been portrayed in all manner of light through sources with questionable credibility, particularly the social media. So, these newsmakers and information managers seek to reevaluate and strengthen synergy to counter these emergent negative narratives. General Manager Nta Channel5 Paul Ate set the ball rolling as the teams get down to talking business of strengthening collaborations to enhance better security service and information dissemination.
I know when she will call and say, CP say we have to go out as early or as late as we are there, because we will never fail you.
For Commissioner of Police Haruna Garba, delivering the right information is key to police campaign against negative elements and no good doers in the nation's capital. Much of his concerns center on the need for projectors of fake news to always seek facts of events like the NTA does before circulating such to the public uncensored, which oftentimes create panic amongst residents.
You are actually a partner in progress. You write most of our news, our achievements, and that is a good thing.
Since 2008, Call the Police, a security check program running on the live feed of Nta Channel5, had provided feedback mechanism for the police command, an initiative which CP Haruna says he appreciates and intends to sustain. In Abuja, Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Still on security, Chairman FCT Police Community Relations Committee, Dr. Rufus Egbegba, has condemned the attack on a police inspector which occurred at Tosha Village, Kabusa, in FCT. Dr. Egbegba described the development as unwelcome and unfortunate, consoling the victim and the police force on the need to remain resolute towards their responsibilities despite this highly condemnable act. In a statement signed by the FCT PCRC Organizing Secretary, Engineer Innocent Onwafo, the chairman called on all PCRC members and FCT residents to become more vigilant, exchange observations, and report all suspicious development and persons to the nearest police station. The FCT PCRC chairman also called on the Minister of FCT Newsom Wiki and other relevant authorities to intensify efforts to boost security surveillance in the FCT. Meanwhile, the Directorate of Road Transport Traffic Service has crushed a total of 478 motorcycles following a raid carried out across the Federal Capital Territory for 2 weeks. Secretary of the Transportation Secretariat, Ina Obokotun, warned commercial motorcyclists to strictly limit their operations to areas designated for their motorcycles, or their motorcycles, I beg your pardon, will be crushed. Howard Gimba reported that he gave the warning while crushing motorcycles of defaulters in Abuja.
The exercise started from the popular car wash bus stop in Lugbe through Gosa, Bill Clinton Drive, Trade Mall Estate, Lugbe Junction, as well as Kubwa. The Joint Task Force team comprised security personnel from the Nigerian Police, DSS, the NSCDC, FRSC, DRTS, and the Abuja Environmental Protection Board.
For our mandate, it is to deliver a smart city. We have to go on with the mandate of making Abuja a smart city, clean in air quality, safe in habitation and transportation, and also make it affordable.
Director DRTS Abdulatif Bello advised FCT residents to help by adhering to traffic laws and report or caution those who default and constitute danger to their lives. He emphasized the importance of keying into the agenda of a better city free of crime.
What we are doing now is to intensify our engagements with other security agencies to enable us go deeper into these operations by working in the nights and then removing them based on intelligence where they harbor those motorcycles.
You have a bad traffic mix. The tendency when a crash happens is the fatality will be higher. And then apart from the unruly behavior of most of those commercial motorcyclists, they wouldn't just have a place in the FCT.
Intels that we have, we've had series of cases being reported where miscreants, criminals are on the bike, they snatch bags, they snatch phones from normal commuters on the road. And this cannot continue, this cannot be encouraged.
The issue of safety is paramount. To a large extent, it has been confirmed that these riders of these motorcycles most at times have been engaged or they have been found to have been part of
agency FEMA in collaboration with health and humanitarian agencies gave the charge on the need for capacity building to mitigate against hazards and disasters. Cecilia Juliot completes the report.
The campaign and advocacy for risk management and reduction with regards to ensuring those with disability are safe and catered for when disaster looms was the focus of a stakeholders meeting on disability inclusion and disaster risk reduction project.
It is important for us to build the capacity of the community and ensure they have inclusive community disaster risk management, whereby persons with disability will be able to be part of that preparedness.
Be aware of your environment. Notice or create awareness to persons with disabilities. And there should be community incident commander in every community.
Key speakers, while calling for societal efforts in mitigating human and environmental hazards and disasters, advocated risk management and coordination.
It is expected that for all the responders, there must be adequate coordination. And what is adequate coordination is to have command and control system, the incident command system in place, so that you have the incident commander and you have all other relevant officers who are really, running the affairs of the incident scene.
We have to carry everybody along. People with disabilities, women and children, the aged, the sick. When a disaster happens, we have to think of how we'll be able to help people with disabilities. But first, we want to build their capacities so that they will do whatever they can do, the best they can do, before any other person will reach out to them.
The project is centered on strengthening community structures against shocks before, during, and after disasters in the FCT. In Abuja, Cecilia Julius, NTA News.
The federal government has declared Monday, October 2, 2023, public holiday in commemoration of the nation's 63rd independence celebration. In a statement, the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, congratulates all Nigerians at home and abroad. The minister assures Nigerians of government's continued commitment to tackling challenges facing the country. Tunji-Ojo reiterates that the eminent position of Nigeria among nations and the greatness ahead of the country is achievable if all citizens work together in unity. While wishing the citizens a memorable independence celebration, the minister assures that the Tinubu administration, through the renewed hope agenda, will ensure a better Nigeria for all citizens as a befitting tribute to heroes past. You're still watching the news at 1 on Nta Channel5 Abuja, the Unity Station, and still to come in the news. Correspondent takes us through the latest trends in the business sector. These and more in just a moment.
Good evening. Glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
The news station Nta Channel5 Abuja would say have a lovely day.
If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 1 on Nta Channel 5 Abuja. Let's now join yours sincerely for business news. The Nigerian Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers has appealed to federal government to find ways to ensure stability of gas prices. Thanks for joining us on Business News. My name is Aisha Ubali. Prices rose by more than $1 a barrel on Wednesday after fuel queues that resurfaced in Lagos and its environs on Tuesday reduced yesterday. Brent crude futures rose to $95 a barrel as of 5:27 p.m. on Wednesday. Long queues at filling stations resurfaced in Lagos and its environs on Tuesday, heralding fears of a fresh round of petrol scarcity in the country. The new development follows findings that show petrol supply has dropped by 93% nationwide since the pronouncement of an anti-fuel subsidies by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on May 29th. While the National Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers has called on the federal government to find ways to ensure stability of gas prices. The national president, Abidin Olatubosun, made this call during the 36th annual conference of the association with the theme Expanding Gas Utilization Beyond Imagination in Ibadan, Oyo State. He explained that the increase in price of gas would adversely affect the economy and all must be done to stabilize the price of gas. Now to local news. An Abuja-based printer, Chris Obioranwafo, says to start up a printing business will require one to own a printing machine aside from the capital. Deborah Gazashi, who caught up with Chris in Garki, reports.
Chris Obioranwafo is a printer in the heart of the nation's capital city. He produces stickers, customized t-shirts, and souvenirs of any type. 11 years into the business, he says he has trained more than 50 young men as entrepreneurs.
This is a nice business, but the only challenges that we are facing is the cost of the materials. The materials are very, very expensive. Before, we normally used to get the materials at the cheaper rates, but this time around, things are very, very difficult.
He, however, laments the cost of materials in the market, appealing that the government should come to the aid of entrepreneurs that are into small and medium-scale businesses with soft loans. Deborah Gazaji-Maika reporting for Business News.
Much we can take on the segment. The news continues shortly.
Good evening. Glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news. On the news at 7.
The news station Nta Channel5 Abuja would say have a lovely day.
Thanks for staying tuned. The Federal Capital Territory in the last 1 year, without any gainsaying, has had misfortunes in the face of threats to security and responses by the various security formations to tackle the situation. And this report, correspondent Unoto Yakubu brings us situation update on deployment for the independence celebration.
Occasional incidences of jungle justice, recalcitrant commercial motorcyclists running rampage, and pockets of petty crimes caught attention of residents. While in the city center, the menace of one chance and missing persons occasionally still generate worries. But the joint security formations have been swift with response through special operations across the territory to combat these menaces and restore confidence and security across board. Rufus Egbegba is the chairman, Police Community Relations Committee (FCT). He believes it can be better to strengthen operational assets and platforms for the police to enhance civil security.
The federal government must deliberately concentrate on FCT, not just on FCT alone, but Nigeria as a whole. I see no reason why we cannot have helicopters or other aircraft that are bulletproof, surveying the territory of Nigeria, particularly FCT, to ensure that even when there is an issue of insurgency, the issue of kidnapping, there should be prompt response.
While expert analysis over time has revealed the possibilities of sounding and daunting challenges of insecurity, a human-induced disaster which affects the people particularly at critical events such as the independence celebration. The FCT Police Command, however, says it has mapped out adequate strategic operational measures to ensure hitch-free events.
The deployment, so far the RRS, the ACOS, they are all manning and also at strategic positions to ensure no crime takes place. And Security Intelligence Bureau, they are also are on ground, they are already alert. Also they are monitoring, they are deployed.
Moving forward, however, one passionate appeal is resounding in the wish list of FCT residents, and that is to live in a capital city where good citizens fear less of the unknown. Onoto Yakobo, Nta News.
And now let's take some sports reports. The need to keep fit at all times have been re-echoed by General Manager Nta Channel5 Abuja Paul Ati. He was speaking during the station's monthly exercise program, which had management and staff in attendance. The report.
8, 9, 10. Health is wealth. This was displayed as management and staff of NTA Channel 5 Abuja came out to burn out some fat before the daily office work. General Manager NTA Channel 5 Abuja Paul Ate said staff should see the exercise as a way to build a better life as they grow older.
Well, the most important thing is let our colleagues know that this is something that is more of a benefit to us. It's not about NTA, it's about you. It's about your health. It's about how you are going to be able to carry on with your work.
Management staff who participated in the exercise said they feel refreshed and ready to give their best at work.
I have always said it's a welcome idea. The little time I've taken out to do some workout, I'm feeling the effect on the body.
We're not doing it for anyone, for anybody. We are doing it to exercise ourselves, just to feel healthy.
Once you exercise, the bones will feel it that yes, something has touched that part of the body. So I encourage everybody to exercise once in a month.
The advantages of the Keep Fit exercise was outlined with advice from all staff to take the program seriously as it could be life saving. Hawagimba NTA News.
It's good to exercise yourself. Now, let's look at what is trending in the world of sports.
The highly anticipated 2023-2024 season of the Nigerian Premier Football League is finally set to kick off in 20 centers across the country this weekend after many postponements. Beginning on Saturday with 8 games, organizers of the league say the new season offers a lot of entertaining engagement for the lovers of the game who have waited so long to see if Eyimba would retain the title they won last season. Talking basketball, African women's champions the Tigress will know their group opponent in the upcoming Olympic qualifying tournament next week. The Nigerian side qualified for the final stage of the qualifier in July when they emerged as the women's Afro basketball champions. And to volleyball, Nigeria's representatives at the Beach Soccer World Winners' Cup KBBSC made history on Thursday to qualify for their first ever second round stage following their 15-1 hammering of Slovakia side Balvion. KBBSC started the tournament in Italy on a rather unimpressive note, losing their opening 2 games to Copenhagen BSC of Denmark and ASD Napoli of Italy. They however bounced back with a dominant outing against Vion. With Sports Brief, Francisca Bile, NTA News.
And just before we go, let's take a quick look at some top stories. National Economic Council has appealed to NLC and Trade Union Congress to shelve its proposed industrial action. And FCT Transportation Secretary has warned commercial motorcyclists to limit their operations to designated areas. Thanks for watching. That has been the news at 1. Please do join us again at 7 p.m. for more news. I am Aisha Oba Ali. Do have a lovely day.